Hello lovelies, and welcome back to the doll room. A Merry Christmas. I'm filming this on the 27th, so the big day has been and gone. I hope for you it brought everything your heart desired. If you found it challenging, please know you're not alone, and welcome here into the twinkly light space of my doll room, however you feel post Christmas. Today my kids left for a week at their dad's. Really good news this year. I got Boxing Day as well. I got an extra day, which was joyous, but I have a quiet house now, just me and the dogs for a week, and I am looking at all of the joyous, wondrous treats that are surrounding me, which I really want to share with you today. I have some amazing stuff to show you. I am going to share just quickly, there's no unboxings today, I'm going to share the treats that I got for my birthday, which was the end of November, and for Christmas, which is all still sat waiting to unbox. Now, the first doll, I know that I showed briefly on one of my advent calendar unboxing videos, my dolls and divination December, which I loved. So this was a birthday present to myself at the end of November. Heather is my very first shadow high doll. In fact, she's my first shadow high or rainbow high doll. I've never ever had one of these types of dolls before. I can't wait to unbox her, which is going to be really soon, which I will also share on the channel. So she is sat there, a brand new doll to collect, a brand new brand. You know what I'm saying. So that's incredibly exciting. Also, and I'm looking over here, also for my birthday, I found in a very cheap Poundland shop here in the UK, these were going for like about £1.50 each. I think the big ones were £2. A load of troll sets. Now, I have some vintage trolls, but I also adore the Trolls movie. It's my all-time favourite movie. We did get to watch it this Christmas, me and the kids, and we loved it. Now, my middle daughter is called Poppy, and we both adore the character of Poppy. Now, this used to be Poppy's doll, but she gave this to me about a year ago. So I'd already got this one. So when I went into the shop doing some Christmas shopping, and I went into Poundland to look for some cheap decorations, when I saw some more and they were only like £1, £1.50, I just bought everything they had. So this was part of my birthday haul as well. So we have, who is this? We have Mini Guy Diamond waiting to be unboxed. Then we have Barb. We have a Trolls World Tour multi-pack. Aren't they fantastic? This is my favourite, I think, which I did show as well in my divination December. We have a double pack with Poppy and Branch in, which is the best love story of all time. And then there's another one of these strange looking trolls, which I think is in the World Tour troll video. But I love them. Now, the plan with these is quite exciting. Next to me here, I have an old writing bureau here, which I have my vintage collection of trolls in one side, and the other side I'm just using as a kind of hold off for when I video. But I thought I would love to build sort of a Lego land for my trolls in one side, or even both sides, who knows, of this writing bureau, so that when you open it up, it's like the troll land in the Trolls movie, which I can't wait to do. I'm going to try and get to that at some point this week while I've got a quiet house. So I might be creating a whole Lego troll world for this little collection that's going on here, which is super exciting. That brings me to the first of my Christmas presents, which I found for 20p in a charity shop just before Christmas, and I put it aside for Christmas Day. They're facing backwards. How very rude of them. Now, this is a little singing unit. You've got kind of lift out compartments here. You've got a little drawer here. I think it's like a kid's jewellery box perhaps. I am going to use it for messages of gratitude and strength. It's going to be an altar toy for manifesting gratitude and strength and joy and happiness, and you watch. I will turn it off because it's going to keep going. It does the whole song, which is my all-time favourite song, Get Back Up Again. This is Poppy and Branch. It's got a strange whirring noise, which I suspect is just the batteries are getting close to the end of their life. Even so, I love it so much. I squealed with joy when I found it. It was 20p. It was such a find. On that same day, in the same charity shop, I found a shoppy. Now, she has no shoes, she has no skirt, she has no accessories whatsoever. She was 10p. I pounced on her. I love her. I'm going to source all the other things, make things. I'm going to do weird things with her hair. I love the shoppies. I do have a small collection of shoppies. I'm looking for more. I love them. So she got wrapped up as well for Christmas. The next doll is one I found just a few days before Christmas. I was doing the Christmas food shop. While I was doing the food shopping, I spotted, reduced down to, I think she was £6, a Disney princess Ariel doll. She's not got a fishtail, she just comes in a plain dress, but I couldn't leave her behind because I don't know if you remember, but I found an old Ariel in the loft, which I also shared on the Dolls and Divination December video. So do you remember she was wrapped in a piece of paper because I found her nude in the loft and I couldn't find her fishtail? I have since dressed her in just random clothes that I got in a second-hand clothes bag. So she's got I think this might be a Steffi top and a little denim skirt. I think these are Bratz trousers. This is a Descendants handbag. She's a real mishmash, but I kind of love that. I love dolls that are charity shop finds. You've saved them, or you find them in the loft and you've saved them, and they're in random clothes. There's no preciousness about them. You can hold them, you can play with them, they can come out in your handbag and you can just love them. And dressing her, I think I just fell in love with the red hair. Look at her, she's just so pretty. So when I saw another Ariel doll, I pounced on it. So Ariel also got wrapped up for Christmas. So now this one has a friend. Now you might have spotted here on the shelf, this came through the post. This I found on eBay. Now she's kind of balanced on a piece of furniture because her dress means that no doll stand holds her up. But this is the most spectacular designer Barbie. And I completely forget the name of her, but look at her. Now she came up on eBay a few months ago and I hadn't even realised with all the packages coming for the kids that I hadn't received her. I paid £4 for her. She was out of box, nobody else bid on her. Look at the quality of this frock. So she came literally 2 days before Christmas, so I'm going to class her as a Christmas present too. Then another charity shop find, I found 2 of these, which was lovely because I wrapped them up together like twins and I let Tilly decide which one. I put a big label on it saying for Tilly and for Mum, Tilly you decide. So when she opened up the box, these 2 twins will lay in the box on tissue paper and she got to pick one of them. They were both identical. Now this is one of the Poopsie toys, which is what Rainbow High and Shadow High first were based on, and I just love them. It's just so sunny. Now you can see it was charity shop find. The hair on both of them needs sorting, so it's a project, but They were both very cheap. I loved it. It made me laugh. The fact that me and Tilly have one each is wondrous. So my first large scale Poopsie toy is this one. And similar to that, another toy that I kept seeing really cheap online secondhand, which I also just fell in love with. I'm such a big kid. Were these Kindy Kid toys with the bobbleheads. Now I found two of these as well, one with pink hair and one with blue hair, and I did the same thing as with the Poopsie toys. I wrapped them in a box on tissue paper next to each other with a sign for Tilly saying choose which one. She picked the one with pink hair, so I've got the one with blue hair. You can see with these wonderful little booties. These just make me smile. Now also in the box were not only the two big Kindy Kids, but in the same supermarket where I bought this, on the same day they had Kindy Kids minis. So I bought my best friend one, I bought Tilly this one and me this one as well, and Tilly me this. So we have matching mini Kindy Kid dolls, and we have a big doll each. I think these are all new lines to collect. I am going to need a bigger room. Now this one is rather spectacular. This one I found in Oxfam. Now when I was an art student in London in the early 90s, I would often spend weekends up at Camden Market, and up at Camden Market I would always buy dolls if I found them, and I had a pretty spectacular collection of Bradley dolls, which are the posable stockinette dolls. Unfortunately, when I moved from London, the box with the Bradley dolls somehow got lost. I don't know whether they got thrown out, and I have no idea where they went to. I think they must have been thrown out and got muddled up with the rubbish that I threw out, and it's been my all-time greatest regret that I lost all my Bradley dolls. So I've been keeping an eye out recently for any Bradley dolls that come up that I might recognise to replace, or any ones that I love. A lot of them I'm not too keen on. Some of them are out of my price bracket, some I adore. When you find one that you adore and it's in your price bracket, it's an absolute win, and that's exactly what I got with this Bradley doll here. Now this is the storybook world of Bradley, and this is a Bradley doll dressed as Little Red Riding Hood. Her dress is absolutely spectacular. Look how full it is, and her face is wonderful. A lot of these faces often get ripped or damaged or dirty, but she's just fantastic. I love her. She's old. I mean, look, she's got shoes and these wonderful stockinettes with frills around the bottom. She's on her own wooden stand that says, her stand says Little Red Riding Hood on it. I just love her. If I still had that collection, she would be pride of place. So it's just so lovely to get a Bradley doll back in the doll room. Okay, we're down to the last three things. Now this next doll, I actually bought this for Poppy, and Poppy had said very clearly, I do not want a doll, Mum. I do not want a doll. She had everything else she wanted, but while I was shopping I saw this doll, and my Poppy has always reminded me of Hermione from Harry Potter, and when I saw this doll in B&M I just could not resist it, even though she'd said no dolls. When she opened it, she laughed. She said, this looks rather like a doll, Mother. And later on in the day, she said, it just won't go in my room. I'm going to gift it back to you. So she very kindly gifted me Hermione back. When your child said she doesn't want a doll and you ignore her, you end up with a gifted doll back. So you can see it is Hermione casting the potions spell. It comes with a pack of potions, she's got a wand, it's got a little cauldron, and I just think she is amazing. I love it so much. There's Moaning Myrtle in the background, who I once dressed up as on a carnival float, sitting on a toilet. Yeah, so Hermione It's a doll that got gifted back to me. We're going to share it. Let's just say we're going to share it. We're down to the next two. Right, this next doll, not really a doll, possibly a toy. Now, I was looking on eBay at vintage dolls, as I often do, trying to find a pink Cupid doll that I used to have as a kid that I could remember. I could remember a plastic Cupid doll, but it had a soft pink body. So I'd put in a search for soft body Cupid dolls, and I was scrolling through trying to find it. And all of a sudden, this pink soft bodied doll came up on my scrolling, and it made me stop dead in my tracks. I recognised the face totally. And I wondered for a moment, had I got it confused? Was it not a Cupid doll? Was it a doll like this that I could remember? But no, I knew that it was a Cupid doll dressed in pink that I'd owned. But why was this doll so familiar? So I looked at what it was. It was a 1970s Mattel Beanie Baby, which I'd never heard of before. So I then changed my search to 1970s Beanie Babies, and loads of different types came up as I was scrolling through them, wondering why they all look so familiar. A little blue boy beanie called Biffy appeared on my screen, and I immediately burst into tears. It was my very first toy from birth to about the age of 5 that I never put down, the toy that I carried everywhere, the toy that I slept with, the toy that never left my side. And two things surprised me about this. The first thing was, how had the memory of this toy been erased from my memory? I had no memory whatsoever until that second of this toy that had been so special. The minute I saw it, all the memories came flooding back like out of nowhere, but it was just so magical. And then secondly, the second thought was, and where did it go, this toy that had been so special? Now, I know I owned it up to the age of 5, because at the age of 5 my family moved from central Birmingham to the Welsh borders, and I have no memories of it making the move with me. Another doll that got lost in a move. The minute I saw it, I knew I'd got to replace it, and I did. So Biffy, known to my child self as Blue Boy, I have Blue Boy back. So this is an original 1970s Mattel Beanie Baby. This one in particular was Blue Boy. To say that this has healed something deep within me, getting Blue Boy back, is an understatement. It has been the most joyous Christmas present to myself you can ever imagine. I can't even explain it. And anybody who thinks I can't buy myself a toy for Christmas, then that's just childish. This is your green light to go and do it, because there is nothing childish or easy about healing. And if discovering an old childhood toy and reclaiming it brings that healing, then don't let any voices in your head stop you. Blue Boy now is going nowhere. It will be treasured, and I adore him. So everybody, this is Blue Boy, probably the most special toy in my whole collection. So that brings us to the final present that I bought myself, and this one again I bought similar for Tilly. We had a similar present. I am going to have to take my phone off because this other present is set up in my bedroom, and this next present was another epic second-hand find on Facebook Marketplace, because I bought somebody's entire Enchantimals collection. I've set it up as a doll altar. It is going to be a spectacular spiritual tool which I'm going to use in my spiritual walk, but it's also a collector's dream, an entire collection. It is also set up with some Munster High second-hand dolls that I bought leading up to Christmas for myself, and one doll that my best friend bought me, a Munster High doll for my birthday, which you've already seen, the Centaur doll. And it's all set up in my bedroom. I'm going to take you into my room now. I'm going to show you the last Christmas present that I got myself. Are you ready for this? And here it is, guys. I've spent a day setting it up. It looks random, but every single component of both the house and the tree house, so the cottage and the tree house, means something very pertinent and can be used for different things. Now you can see the Munster High doll. We have an octopus here. This is a whole video in its own right. In fact, it's more than one video, like why the octopus doll. Very significant to me. We've got the Centaur Munster High doll that got bought by my best friend, bursting through the house and riding away. Very, very significant. We have Jane Boolittle Munster High doll, incredibly significant. That might be too personal to go into, but that's significant. And we have this double-headed Munster High doll from Scary Reef, along with a dark-haired doll looking after the cows. Again, very significant. Oh my gosh, I have just loved setting this up. Other things that are in the setup, there are some collected Avon bottles in here as well. There's a blue doll here and a blue doll here. Those are Avon bottles. Those are collected for a reason as well. We have a swan and a swan guardian here. All significant. We have a love lounge with two boy enchantimals in there, and this is a vintage like push down toy. All significant. Again, all of this is, you can see peeping through that Munster High Centaur doll's legs, there is a little fairy. Very significant. The tiger that came to tea has turned the llama into a unicorn. There is a stone. There is a rabbit kitchen at the back. There's accepting our bed hair days. There's all sorts. There is a cheetah here with a Parisian Eiffel Tower bottle. Very significant. There are toys made for me by the children and painted pebbles from the children. All significant. A beautiful parrot doll here with her parrot. Now you can see these enchantimals. Each doll comes with its matching animal. I absolutely adore them. Jane Boolittle here, the Munster High doll, also comes with a sloth. That was really significant. And we've got one here as well. Oh my gosh, it's so lovely. We've got giraffes and zebras and cats and pandas, and of course the Munster High dolls in and around. So I am going to use this for lots of different things. Just reeling them off, I can see grounding, I can see boundary work, I can see inner child reclaiming, I can see deity work on here, I can see animal energy work, I can see gratitude work, I can see manifesting for my children work, I can also see baneful magic on here as well. There's all sorts going on. But what a glorious way to heal. What a glorious way to explore spirituality when the inner child is in the mix as well, needing to be reclaimed. This is just such a nice way of doing it. So you will see this featured more, and I might even do a series about what I actually do with my dolls. What do I do with them? So this, where I can share, might be a nice way of sharing. But I got this entire collection of enchantimals and the play sets on Facebook Marketplace. I also got a matching treehouse and dolls for Tilly as well. Like I say, this was a birthday present. The 3 Munster High dolls were bought really cheap on eBay. All affordable because I waited and I looked and I didn't mind travelling to get the things, and it's just, everything in me is just so joyously happy about the final outcome of it all coming together and making the story that I need it to make. that's it for my Christmas and birthday doll haul. I hope you enjoyed it. I absolutely loved sharing it with you guys. If you want to see more about this altar, then do let me know. It would be fun to share where I can, and it's just nice to know what other people actually do with their dolls. So guys, thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.